Hello, welcome back to the channel. In our story of today, this is story of the triumph of will, a story of courage, determination, and dedication, a story of hope and resilience in the face of challenges. In 2011, 24 years old national level volleyball player Arunima was thrown off a moving train by thieves for refusing to hand over the gold chain she was wearing. She lost her left leg when a train went over it. As she lay in the hospital bed with one leg amputated, Arunima took a vow that many would think impossible. Her goal from that day onwards was not just to become adept at walking with prosthetic leg, but scale the highest point in the world, Mount Everest. In 2013, she did just that, becoming the first Indian female amputee to achieve this feat. It was a feat which many would consider impossible, that not only brought back her self-confidence, but made her an inspiration for everyone back home. In 2015, she was awarded the Padma Shri, the fourth highest civilian award in India. Abilities friends at India-based Visio Times spoke to Arunima Sinha about that unfortunate train journey. This actually that fluid, the role played by physiotherapy in her rehab, why she decided to climb Everest, and how it is in the worst tragedies that the human spirit learns to soar. So here is Aruma's story in her own words. She said, I come from Ambedkar Nagar, as a small district in Uttar Pradesh, 200 kilometers away from Lucknow. My father was an engineer in the army, and my mother, Kayambala, a health supervisor in a government primary health center. My father passed away when I was 3. I have an elder sister, Lakshmi Sinha, and a younger brother, Rahul Sinha. Upon my father's death, my brother-in-law, Master Amprakash, whom we fondly call Pai Sahib, became the family's de facto. Everyone in my family enjoys sports. I was naturally athletic as a child. I have been cycling since I can remember, had previously represented by school in football and later my college at national level volleyball. But sports took backseat when my job hunt started. I studied law after my postgraduate. I was confident about getting started on a post-career, but everyone feels the string of unemployment at some point in their lives. This time, I was at its receiving end. Upon my brother-in-law's suggestion, I decided to get a job in the paramilitary forces so that I can carry on with my passion for sports along with a regular source of income as well. Despite many heartfelt attempts, I didn't get through. The job search was not turning out as I had expected. I was getting desperate. In 2011, I applied for a head constable's post in the Central Industrial Security Force. When I get the call letter, I saw they had got my birth date wrong. Determined not to lose out on a good opportunity due to this technical error, I decided to leave for Delhi immediately to get it rectified. I was confident that once this was done, I would get the job. My whole life has been a struggle. I was in a struggle physically and mentally too, but my family was always with me. They say our lives are scripted in advance. We just play our part, and fate intervenes in my history's ways to ensure that no one deviates from the script. It was a wrong date of birth on my CISF interview call later that led me to my taking the train journey that changed the course of my life forever. I still get frightened when I think of that incident. On the night of 11 April 2011, while on my way to Delhi from Lucknow by Padmavat Express, I was attacked by a group of local robbers. They tried to snatch my gold chain, which was gifted by my mother. Being a single female traveler, they took me for an easy prey. When I refused to hand over the chain, they started coming at me one at a time. I tried to resist them. I kicked, punched, and fought as best as I could. Thanks to my athletic physique and fitness, I gave them thought time. For a brief moment, it even seemed I had the upper hand, but being a lonely girl, I could not resist them for longer, and eventually, I was overpowered by them. The compartment was full of people, but no one came to rescue of a girl being robbed and attacked. Those inhuman guys threw me out of the running train. I flew into an oncoming train, and the force threw me into the opposite tracks. What happened there after took a matter of seconds before I could move my left leg off the track. Another train came on the parallel track, ran over my legs. The whole experience was very scary. I discovered later that 49 trains had passed me by as I lay wrecked and bleeding on the tracks. Rodents would come and feast on my oozing wounds, scampering off when trains come. I kept screaming in pain before finally passing out. Looking back, I really wonder how I managed to hold on for so long. I never thought I would survive that night, but when morning dawned, a new hope surged through me. Open tracks transformed into public toilets for poor villages who have nowhere else to defecate. The next morning when the ladies come to take it down, the sight of my mangled body greeted them. Pintu was the man who took me to the Prairie District Hospital, but the move involved so many bureaucratic hurdles from distressed government employees that I was left on the platform for hours before being taken to the hospital. My left leg had to be amputated from below to the knee immediately to prevent gangrene from setting in. I was losing blood alarmingly. Here, I was informed that the hospital was out of anesthesia with no choice. I instructed them to go ahead with the amputation. The limb was sawed off while I was fully conscious. The hospital staff was severely incompetent by the lack of supplies, but did everything in their power to make my suffering lessen. The pharmacist PC Yadav donated his own blood because there was no spare. To give you an idea of the kind of hospital and place it was, I need to mention this. After the amputation, as I lay in the OT, a street dog ventured into the room and started feasting on the leg that had just been removed from my body. My right leg also didn't remain completely immune from the accident. A rod was inserted in the right leg from the knee to ankle. While I was fighting for my life without my knowledge, I was sad. I had become a media sensation. Newspapers and TV journalists picked up my story and reported on the gory details. It is outrageous that a young girl traveling alone can be thrown off the train just like that. Both the UB and the national government got involved. Jamaican, the sports ministry arranged for me to be shifted to AMIS, where I was assured to receive world-class care for my distraught family. This provided some temporary relief. What I didn't know then was the worst was yet to come.